Welcome to the Barry Charles Footy Show, episode 4. You may hear a little bit of rain while it's pouring off rain here, but let's carry on with the footy. What a week it was of rugby league that we just had. On today's show, we will talk about the Payne Haas Albert Kelly incident, the cannonball tackle issues, what's doing there, the commentators backflipping. 1 minute they're saying the team's going well, the next minute they're not doing so well. That's one pet hate of mine. We'll also look at some breaking news, the tries of the week, the game of the round, recap all the games from last round, the casualty ward, obviously my Dalian points of the week and what the leaderboard is looking like. And of course, we finish with my team previews of Saturday and Sunday footy. Well, let's get to it. And first, Payne Haas and Albert Kelly. Put 'em up. Or on points decision, I would give it to Payne Haas on the footage we've seen. But there was other footage, I believe, that we haven't seen, that the NRL Integrity Unit and the police are looking at right now. But in all seriousness, they were fighting over a pair of shoes. Albert Kelly should know better as a veteran of our game. And on the other side is Payne Haas. He's a rogue, entitled, thinks the sunshine comes out of his rear end. The so-called $1 million man. It'll be more like the $3 meal menu at the next jail if he wants to continue to act like a fool. I was disappointed in some of the commentators, journalists, talks on the shows this week, including Phil Gould, Brad Fittler, Paul Gallen, Paul Kent, Brafen Astor, James Hooper. They all were just saying this is a non-event or a storm in a teacup. And in Phil Gould's case, saying if he saw this as the Bulldogs, he wouldn't even report it. I think he should be fined $10,000 for just saying that. Crazy stuff what these ex-players think is acceptable in this new 2022 lifestyle we live in these days. You might as well put a headline up, Gus, that I don't support Me Too. When are the NRL going to say enough's enough? Give Payne Haas his marching orders. 10 weeks. And that would put all the players in the NRL on notice. And I will guarantee you that Payne Haas would never do it again if he's serious about his rugby league career. As I said before from the comments from these journalists, they might as well be supporting Will Smith's slap. They'll be saying, oh, that's what happens in rugby league. They got testosterone. They can't handle it. If someone says something to them and it's okay to punch and slap, come on. We're better than this, people. Maybe they need someone like me on the show. The only one that was making sense was Phil Buzz Rothfield. He's the only one that was actually saying that they should get a decent suspension here. Anyway, if I was the NRL, I'd be putting out a big statement right here, right now that says we do not condone violence of any kind, because at the moment anything goes in the NRL. They don't seem to want to do anything with these big scandals. Give Payne Haas and Albert Kelly 10 weeks, and then the rest of the NRL will realise, holy dooly. Give them a suspension of some money as well. Make them work in the community. Do some rehab. But all the people were saying Payne Haas did this on purpose because he wants to get out of his contract so he can go somewhere else and get his $1 million payday. Well, that's a pretty silly way to go if that was his idea. Maybe we need someone like Billy Slater to go talk to him and try and get some sense into him before he crashes and burns like Russell Packer and ends up in the jail cell. We don't want that because he is a very good player, Payne Haas, but he needs to get his head screwed on because he's got a prior history of abusing a woman, the police officer, and then we've gone a fight with Kelly. What's next? Domestic violence. It seems to be not promoted there well in the NRL. They really need to go for these guys if they're doing their rubbish. They just need to be cut to the curb, never to be seen again. That is what the NRL needs to do. Anyway, I could go on and on and on about this sort of stuff that the NRL just seem to say it's nothing. Come on. Make a statement right here, right now, that we don't condone violence. Next headline, please. Craig Bellamy leaving the Storm. Who are the candidates? Let's have a look at them right now and see if Craig Bellamy was to leave the Storm, who would take over. Well, one person could have, who's at the Roosters at the moment, is Jason Riles, who's been under Craig Bellamy and learning off Trent Robinson now at the Roosters. And he's been to Eddie Jones in the England rugby team, so he's obviously got a vast experience around him, and he would be one key candidate. But the one that I'll be going for, and he's the Queensland coach, Billy Slater. Obviously, Cameron Smith goes into the same pot as well. They are very educated footballers. They've got footy smarts without compare. No one compares to these two players in terms of how good they were on the footy field and knowing how to win games. They are untapped as coaches, but I'm sure with Craig Bellamy above them, they would do well. And Billy Slater is my vote to take over when this eventually happens. Next up, Cameron Seraldo, who's gone under a good apprenticeship with Anthony Griffin and Ivan Cleary. But to be honest, why would you leave? I see the Panthers being a dynasty club over the next 10 years. They could win as many as 4 premierships, 4 more in the next 10 years, I predict. If you've got Nathan Cleary, Dylan Edwards, Jerome Luai in your team, you've got a long way to go. My only question for that dynasty is the hooker. A big loss in there, Epi Coruscant. Can they find someone else to fill that void going forward? That will be the question if they want to go all the way. Then say Cameron Seraldo, I can't see him leaving. Why would you leave the joint? The only reason you'll leave the joint is for big money. But I just don't know, to me, if there's any risk of doing that. You could be just happy at the Panthers delivering premierships. One of the forgotten men in this is Stephen Kearney. He's now back at the Melbourne Storm. He knows everything about the Storm. He's done everything. He's obviously had bad stints at Parramatta, but he was really forced onto not a great team there. And the Warriors, he tried to do the Storm system at the Warriors, but it just did not work. But at the Storm, it does. He knows the players. He knows that he could be an obscure chance, but he'd probably still be around as another assistant coach to some of these Billy Slater type players. And also, if you want a real curveball, because it's imminent, he is not going to be coach no more of the West Tigers. And Michael Maguire, will we see him as the coach of the Storm? Now people are saying, this is no way, Jose, no pie in the sky. He's been there, done that. He knows how to win premierships. The Storm is exactly the team that he would be perfect with. But I can't see it happening, but wow. Plenty of things that happen in rugby league. So that's some food for thought, but to me, Craig Bellamy could coach for another 10 years. And it may just happen just year to year. Or, I'll just keep coaching. Why not? Because he is the man, Craig Bellamy. And to me, in terms of NRL coaches, I think he's number 1. Now, let's have a look at this cannibal tackle and the knee or hip drops. Jazz Tavaga and Thomas Fletcher both got suspended for these types of tackles. What is the NRL doing here? They seem to be penalising some tackles that aren't even penalties, and then vice versa, not doing enough when it's really severe. So what do we do here? Jazz Tavaga technically was the second man in, not the third man in. He was the second man in. The third man was just a split after him. But to me, that's an old-fashioned good tackle. But now they're saying that they're targeting. I've seen worse ones when they come flying in and try and grass cutter you. Those are the ones that need to be cut out of the game completely. Otherwise, you might as well say don't tackle the legs. So what do? Yes, Carrigan got hurt, but that's part of footy. But if it was like the knee drop or the leg drop, the hip drop that Tom Fletcher did and there was an injury, that was purpose and intent. That's the ones that should be getting cut out of the game. And I think his suspension should have been a lot more. And how about in the same instance, all these halfbacks coming down, complaining, injured, after they get hit after the play, when they're running into the line and next one, boom, gone, or kicking on the last. What's the point of even trying to tackle the player if you're going to just get penalised? Jaden Sewer found that out. And they're not sin bins, some of these ones are not sin bins. If they're absolutely totally late and they could have easily pulled out, understandable, but these ones that are only a few split seconds, it's very disappointing and it's just dragging our game down. We're not touch footy, remember? Some people argue we're playing touch footy now. As I mentioned earlier, one of my pet hates is commentators like Michael Innes and Greg Alexander who continue to contradict themselves, especially in Warriors games. One minute they're saying Sean Johnson is the man, and next minute as soon as he makes a mistake, they are struggling. He's not that good. And again, also when they're playing well. When the Warriors score a fantastic try, the Warriors are unstoppable. And next when they drop the ball and they go, here's the Warriors again. Back to their old tricks. Can't do a thing wrong. You know what I'm talking about? They just, 1 minute they're saying this team is going well, and then a minute later they drop the ball or something, or they don't make the meters, and next minute they're bagging the team. They can't make up their mind. To me, it's just annoying. Just commentate what's happening in that moment. Don't try and put some prejudice you already got onto the field. Flip-flopping just got to stop out there, commentators. That's just my opinion. It's just annoying to me. But what a segue. From annoying to, I want my money back. Can I have my membership back too? It's the game of the round. The Tigers versus the Titans. Oh, kidding. Just kidding. It's the worst game in history, if you ask me. And I thought the game against the Warriors the week before against the Tigers was the worst game. Well, we got an even greater game for you the week later. And just for you, I'm going to take you through the worst game of the season, and more than the season, the century. And then we'll come back and recap all the other games for you. But let's roll the tape. Let's look how to not score a try in the game of the round. Not. Oh, what is happening there? From Corey Thompson to Ken Mamalo and Oliver Gildart's going, what? What happened there? Isn't that a try, Sue? Surely it's a try. Let's have a look at this. The grubber through. Got a ricochet of Toby Sexton. And, what was that from Corey Thompson? This is a great play here. And Ken Mamalo, what are you doing? No change from the Warriors. Another knock on a thorn. Let's have a look at the next bomb try in this game. Or should I say, the pass of the year. Oh, what a signing for the Dolphins there. And Jermaine Asako. Let's look at the bomb try of the year. Oh, man. Oh. He can't believe it. He's got the butterfingers tied here, Corey Thompson. Wow. I thought the Titans were a top 8 team this year, but looking at the way they're playing, have a look at this. Beautiful stuff from Proctor. Set him up for the try. All you got to do is put it down, son. Put it down. Oh, put it down. Blooper, number 2. Dude, put it down, son. Put it down. Oh. And then let's have a look here at the Tigers with their brilliant play. Oh, it's out to Dane Laurie. Oh, Gilda. Just pass it to Mamalo. He's unmarked. What do you do? Oh, another blooper. Oh, it's going to be a tough season for the Tigers if they're going to continue to play like that. Let's just have a look at this again. Tamao, look, it's all beautifully set up here. Dane Laurie, look right here. He's unmarked. He's looking at Gildart. He's got to draw Corey Thompson and pass him the ball. That's all he's got to do. That's all he's got to do. But instead, he tries to be the man and go inside him. And, bamboozled it. Disappointing from Gildart. And just to make it even more silly, let's look at Peachy. He wants to get sin binned 2 times in the week. In 2 games. Look at that, gone. He's one of the 5 so-called captains of the club. I thought he would be a good signing for the Tigers, but unfortunately, he's just probably at the wrong club. If he was at the Melbourne Storm, he'd be a totally different player, but he's at the Tigers. Disappointing. I don't know if that was worth 10 minutes, to be honest. He's probably a little bit unlucky there, but that's just the way the Tigers are going at the moment. And Surely, come on, Surely, let's go. Oh, what is happening here? Look at him pushing the back. We'll need to see that again. What was happening there? So look, nice kick through here. Just catch it, Jimmy. Just catch it, Jimmy. Oh, no, I don't want it. Oh, no. Oh, it's kicking. Oh, no. We might as well play soccer fix. Come on, surely, Tigers. You got this. You got this. And then they're giving away a crusher. Corey Thompson's going, what sort of crusher was that? Let's have a look again. Let's see if it was a crusher tackle one. What? That is a crusher? Oh my goodness. This is rugby league for you folks. Oh, we all set up here for the Tigers. Oh, here we go. Surely. Oh, Day Laurie. Surely. We're going to score, are we? Oh, no. We certainly know how to bomb a try. Oh my goodness. What's doing there for the Tigers? Oh, how are we going to get some points here? It's 0-0. How are we going to get some points? Surely they can do something here. Oh, what? Oh, it's in Hollywood again. Peachy going in for the crusher tackle again. Sets it up 2-0 half-time to Titans. Oh, wait, it's not over in the first half, is it? There's going to be a try somewhere. Oh, they're breaking at the scrum, folks. Right in front of the post. How about that? Oh, surely, too easy. Luke Brooks, it's 2-2 at half-time. And a bludger of a game. Surely the Tigers going to score here from dummy half. He's in for the gap, surely. Little, he's in, surely. Nah, no chance, mate. Held up. Look there, look how wide that gap is. You could put 3 people through that gap. Oh, surely Little. Nice. Look at that, right through the gap. And he still bombs it. Oh, disappointing for Tigers fans. Down on the Royal, Luke Brooks. He's having a shocker. Can't get anything done. Look at Michael Maguire. When are you going to get sacked soon? And now look at this. How the hell, this is the only way they can get the lead here. From probably a penalty that, I don't know if it is a penalty. Let's have a look. Abstraction here. Let's have a look. Right here. Oh, you're in my road, mate. James Tamau. He sold that beautifully. Just pushed him in the back, but I don't know about that. 4-2. So the 2 points for the Tigers have been from the kick. 4-2 in the game of the round. Or the not-so game of the round. We got 4 minutes to go here, folks. 2 points to difference. Let's see what James Tamau does here. Go through the gap. Surely going to score, sir. Come on, surely. No chance. Tries to quick play the ball. He lost it, surely. Oh, no, he said he's kicked it out. Oh, 10 in the bin, James Tamau. You're the ref now. Come on, professional foul. Wow. I don't know about that one. 6 points to 2. Let's have a look at this on the replay. Let's have a look at this from James Tamau, the wily veteran here. Have a look at this when he goes to play the ball here. Now look there. His foot is already planted there. It's not like he can disappear. He's just dropped there cold. He's milked it for all it's worth and got it. 6-2 to the Tigers. There's only a minute to go here in the big game. Let's have a look. Titans down by 4 points. Can they get the victory? Oh, David Fafita. Oh, he's tried to be wrangled out of touch, but had no support. The last here, with a minute to go. To Sexton. He kicks it. Here. He's ready to catch it. Oh, off the post. No, Day Laurie, what are you doing? Oh, he's lost it. No way. Oh, Brinson in for the try. And to be honest, as a seeing Michael Maguire's doom here. Have a look at this. Dane Laurie's there. What's the number 3? The number 3 from the Tigers is standing there, the centre. What are you doing? He's left a gaping hole there. Oh, he's tried to jock Madden here. He's been taken. And a good tackle here from the Titans player here. Aaron Clark, who's dislodged the ball. Can anyone say that was a knock on? Let's have a look. Let's go back to this. I didn't hear much of this in the game day here. Now he's put his hand on the ball. That's because he hit the hand, not the ball. So that's play on there, folks. Good tackle there from Aaron Clark. Jock Madden, has he placed it? Oh, he's placed it sideways. Come on, ref. Puts his foot on it. there, Brimson. Let's see what the ref comes up with, a no try or a try. They're celebrating here in the Titans. Have they got it? You betcha. Here with the KFC dollars, it's 6-all. And the kick to come to win the game. Justin Holbrook can't believe it as he got out of this one. We'll have a look, the kick to come. Luke Brooks can't believe it. But there we go. Dane Laurie, but look at the number 3, James Roberts. Disappointing. Jock Madden should have summed that one up, but James Roberts did nothing there to chase in. Disappointing if you are a Tigers fan. Look at the celebration from Brimson. Absolutely loving it. Look at Holbrook, yes. Now, to win the game, he's got to nail it in the game of the century. Has he got a Sexton? Oh, what a kick. They've got out of jail here. I don't know how. But the Titans win. And the Tigers, well, Michael Maguire, look at him, he is gone burgers. Yeah, last ditch effort here. Oh, he's dropped it. There's a chance. Let's go. Oh, I thought this game was over. Here we go. What do you got? No, it's a knock-off from the Tigers. Oh, you're kidding. Oh. The game continues as it is. Justin Holbrook happy, and the Titans fans are too. Look at them celebrating. Sorry you had to go through that, folks. But some of the footage was actually quite comedic. So I hope you enjoyed that review of that game. Now we're just going to talk about the rest of the games. Not much for there, apart from one special guest right here and right now. Sharks were way too good for the Knights. And as I said, a special mission right here for Aidan Tolman on his 300th game. This is what happens. Let's roll the tape. Well deserved to Aidan Tolman. Another footballer who has been a great player for such a long time, has often got forgotten about since he's been playing at the Bulldogs that have been struggling for years. But he got his just desserts for getting his first try. Outstanding, Aidan Tolman. Well done to you for making the 300 club. The Panthers, they look more and more like premiership winners again. At the moment, they just look like the team to beat. And the Rabbitohs are surely missing Reynolds and Bennett. And some people would argue Benji as well. Warriors. I was quite stunned on how convincingly they beat the Broncos. But to be honest, if the Melbourne Storm were playing the Broncos, they would have won by 50. The Broncos were poor and are going backwards again like they have the last couple of years. There is a soft underbelly here at this club. And Payne Huss being the leader of the forward pack shows you why they got a soft underbelly. He's such a bad role model. They need to find a couple of real hard-nut players like back in the day, like the Kevin Campions, the Michael Lucks, the Steve Prices, Ruben Wickies that just take no nonsense and get the job done. So Kevin Walters, was it a mistake to sign an extension? I'm thinking so. I'm thinking they might be looking at another coach soon. But whether they have anyone ready is the question. There's not a lot of top coaches out there available. That is the worry. There must be some out there. Look, Craig Fitzgibbon has proven it. But Adam O'Brien had a similar thing, and he's just struggled to really nail down with the squad the Knights over here. They probably should have done a little bit better. I was expecting the Broncos to be a top 8 team, but the way they go now, they're more like a wooden spoon team. Can they turn it around? Let's hope so. Wow. The Roosters are flying. Can the Broncos beat them? You'll have to find out on the weekend. Daly Cherry Evans, back to his best, baby. Couple of 40-20s, but the biggest question, obviously, for all you fans out there of Cherry Evans is he's had one question mark around his game, is that when the going gets tough, he is nowhere to be seen and can't deliver when he's on the back foot, which to me will see Nathan Cleary beat a number 7 for Australia at the World Cup. And not to mention that the one that's probably overflated by the fact the Raiders were so poor. But one thing I was absolutely grateful for is that Tulatau Kula finally got game time. And now he's going to be going into fullback with the injury to Manly's key playmaker. It's going to be exciting the next few weeks to see this fella go, because he's got class and he's got speed to burn. And another player that should be starting, I don't know why he's not, Xavier Savage from the Raiders, could do a similar impact for the Raiders. They need some X factor. Well, time will tell. The Roosters are back in business, and the Cowboys are gone 1 step forward and 3 steps back. And an injury to their fullback for the near future, it's not looking good for the Cowboys. The Storm were enthralling. Pappenhausen, 4 tries. He's just knocking down the door for the New South Wales number 14 position. He could easily be playing fullback. He's playing the best out of any of them at the moment, but he, to me, is a shoo-in for the New South Wales team this year. On the other side, though, the Bulldogs, they were pathetic. And Trent Barrett could be looking over his shoulder because Phil Gould doesn't muck around if he wants to get rid of someone. So it's going to be an interesting season to see how much patience he has, especially if there's some more big losses ahead. And what about the players? Matt Burton and Josh Adokar are probably thinking to themselves, they shouldn't have taken the money and should have stayed at successful clubs. And in a couple of years' time, both of these players could easily be forgotten because they're not getting the wins or the tries like they used to. It's going to be interesting to see how they go. They need to get some big signings for next season, the Bulldogs. They got a few, but they need a big one. Reid Mahoney's a good one. He's very good, so he will help. But the number 7 is what they're missing. And even fullback. They're 2 positions that they really need to find. Did anyone say Cameron Munster? Been asked if he wants to go to the Bulldogs. Probably highly unlikely he would go there, but the question's got to be asked. You got players like Josh Jackson, who's been outstanding for them for a long time, not getting the credit he deserves. If he was playing at Penrith, they'd be saying, oh, what a star. But because he's at a club that's been struggling for years, so they just get forgotten about. The final game of the round 4 action was outstanding Parramatta, and how good was Mitchell Moses? He is pushing to be the number 6 with Nathan Cleary in the New South Wales team. He is absolutely in form, but I can't see Jerome Luai being dropped. So I think he might be one of the unlucky players to miss out on New South Wales Origin team this year. He is the magic man. But can Parramatta go the distance in 2022? Well, come back to me around 20, where we see the normal collapse of Parramatta. Can they get through that period and they can be title contenders? I believe they are a title contender. But the Sharkies are really pushing to prove me wrong. Because we don't want to see Parramatta falling off a cliff and just sneaking into the finals. They should be a top 4 team this year, and let's see if they can finally win their premiership that Stulo has been waiting for. They need Mike Acevo back, and they also need to sign someone else. There's some good players out there not getting some game time, so I'm just wondering, what can they do? Like Corey Allen, he's probably an interesting one. But quiet there, he's a player that could come in. And there's plenty of good players out there, so I'm sure Parramatta could sign somebody. They must have some money there to sign another quality winger. If they do, they are definitely a premiership threat. Now, time for some breaking news, or should I say, speculation news. I'm telling you now, the 2 players the Dolphins will sign, and it might not be 2024, 2023, Cameron Munster and Reece Walsh. I believe Braithen Astor at the moment is having big talks with the Storm to let him loose in the season early so he can sign for 2023 and be the marquee man for the Dolphins. I got a funny feeling there's a bit of angst from the white powder scandal, and they would just like to get rid of him, cut the cord, and move on, and let Cameron Munster make the move. But this will only eventuate if the Dolphins agree to a $1.2 million a season deal. If it's not that high, he will be staying at the Storm. And Reece Walsh will probably be signed for about $650,000. I'm sorry for you Warriors fans, from my sources, that he wants to stay in Queensland. And even though the Warriors will beg to differ, but this is pretty much a shoo-in. And unfortunately, for the Warriors' sake, that will be the end of Reece Walsh. Now it's time for the game of the round. Well, there was a lot of lack in the men's games of any tight games, so I had to go to the women's semi-final. The Brisbane Broncos versus the Sydney Roosters in the women's NRL. Let's roll the tape of the game of the round. Well, welcome to the game of the round. The game of the round was certainly in the women's semi-finals here. The Brisbane Broncos versus the Sydney Roosters. A very good team on paper. Good stuff. Roosters ended up 4th in the competition into the rounds here. And Brisbane, who have yet to face defeat in finals. Can the Roosters pull off an upset of the century? Or the Broncos continue their form? Yeah, Morgan Boyle with the hit up there. Looking for their first try here. Let's have a look at this Brigginshaw. Okay, here we go. Look, you got Brigginshaw here. She got a few options here. She has Amber Hall she can pass it to. Out wider, we've got Shanae out wider. Right out on the wing is Emily Bass ready to score the try. And you look at this play with Upton out the back. The Roosters defence. You got Sahara Tamara, a little bit of no man's land where she's looking at the fullback as well as the number 12 there. But there's some gaping holes here. Let's see what happens here in the play. Oh, he's missed her. Look, he missed her. Let it on and through. That was the mistake there. The mistake there from Sahara Tamara left the gap. It was a huge gap. It wasn't probably just her fault, but it was a huge gap in the defence. She only just stepped around there and fended off and had too much brute pace here. Good stuff from Brigginshaw here because the fullback was in play, gave it to the right person. Look at that for a step. Look at that. What a step from the second rower. Great stuff there from Amber Hall. That was very good. Brigginshaw. And it looks like the Broncos are just going to do the same old thing they do every year and just keep on winning. Let's see what happens the rest of this game. Now, let's look what happens here for the second try. You got Amber Hall running it up beautifully here. Let's look at it. There's 5 defenders there right now on Amber Hall. And it goes out to Lauren Brown. It gets out to Morgan Boyle. Now we got Brimshaw on the play. Out wider here. Let's have a look what... Pause it right there. It's just been passing around. Taryn Aiken. Now Tamika Upton has the ball. She's got a couple options here. She'll give it to Amy Turner, who's coming through. There's a gap there for her, and unmarked out wide here is Julia Robinson. Let's see what she goes up with here, Tamika Upton. Does she throw the dummy and go herself? We'll see. Oh no, oh, through to the centre. Oh, look at that. Amy Turner and out to the winger. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful try there for Julia Robinson. What a play. How good is Tamika Upton there? That was a beautiful set play. I think no matter what option she did, if she did the cutout pass, she would have scored in the corner as well, Julia Robinson. Let's have a look at this again. Good stuff from Brown. Amber Hall set it up. Look at that. 5 players on the tackle. That's why there was overlap out on the other side here. They all bunched up in the middle, leaving a gap out wide here. They took the risk. And look at that pass. Beautiful from Upton there. Oh, that's up with the best players in the NRL. The Thurstons and like that is just too good. Good try. Nearly a fumble there from Julia Robson, but she got there. Well done. The Broncos up 8-0. But what's happening on the goal kicking? Kicking is left to be decided. Let's have a look at this. Oh, it's coming. Oh, it's good. It's good. What a kick. Wow, I didn't see that one coming. What a kick. Oh, the offload. Here we go. Oh, right up the middle. Oh, straight in there. Millie Boyle. And beautiful. From Millie Boyle. Good play here from the Broncos, and it's all too easy. With the sin binning. Yeah, here we go. Again, Upton in the play from to Brigginshaw. Oh, look at that play right back to Chelsea. And she sends that offload to Lauren Brown, and Millie Boyle just had to fall over. Good try there for the Broncos. 14-0. Look at this offload here from Chelsea. And Duzzy. Well, to Brown. To Boyle. And then right there. And can she get the kick? Let's go, Brown. If you're a Broncos fan, you're going, and look at that. Too easy. 16-0. The Broncos surely are on their way to another grand final. Okay, the Roosters are still down 12 men. Can they pull off a try? Let's have a look here. And here we are. No, look, he's off. She's off. She's in. She's in. Surely. Oh, so close. Jocelyn Keller, so close here. Let's see. What have they got here? Out wide. Look at that. Oh, offload. Oh, forward. Surely forward. Oh, they're going to give it to Isabel Kelly. Look forward to me off the hand. Oh, wow. There's a try to the Roosters with only 12 men. Or 12 women, I should say. Wow, well done. We need to see that on the replay. I thought it was forward. It was a good play though from the Roosters. Oh, a bit doubtful on their last pass. They can't call it, but this was the run. the run before. Very good run there from Jocelyn and Keller. And let's have a look at the setup here. Let's have a look. Now she's got a few options here. She can run it here. McGregor can just run it. She's obviously got on the outside Isabel Kelly and then Bridie Parker right out on the wing. The cutout pass, surely you're in. There was another option here. But you've gone inside and offloaded. Good try. Let's have a look at this from this angle again. Well, I want to freeze frame it here. There. To me, that's forward. If you look where the ball is, to me, that's forward. You could argue it was flat. But they've gone upstairs and given the try. They can't call on the forward pass. It was a good offload. I'm not going to say nothing wrong with it. It was a good offload, but to me, I would say that was forward. But they've given it a try. 16-4. They're on their way back. The Roosters. Southern will get it from the sideline. Interesting that your headgear's not fully in. I don't know if that's going to be a little bit of distraction when you're trying to kick. In case you nail it from the sideline. Taking the deep breaths. Oh, great attempt. It was starting to curl on a bit, but unfortunately, it's a miss. So, a couple minutes here from before half time. Can they do something here? The Roosters get themselves back in the game. Let's have a look at the hit-ups here. Some good hit-ups from this team here. From Michael Moana. Out wide here. Oh, nice run through. Olivia Kearney tried to go through the gap. Is he going to go? McGregor's going to go back that way. Oh, tackled. Great tackle there on McGregor by Millie Boyle. They go to short side. And they're out the float over. Oh, what happened there? The Broncos look standing still. Corbin Baxter. What a pass out to Fuga. Wow. Just when you thought the Broncos had this game set up earlier on. But look at this pass here. That is beautiful. Right out. Good pass from Corbin Baxter. And Tafugo and had to really put it down. They were all looking at the player. Look what she was flat-footed there, Julie Robinson. What was she doing that far in, to be honest? Costly try there. But look at this pass. Perfection. Look at that. Straight on. Oh, you couldn't get a better pass than that at home there, kids. You want to have a go at rugby league? Just give Corbin Baxter the go. That was a beautiful pass. 16-8. They're coming back. 16-8 here. Oh, we've got a new kicker. Got Sahara Tamara taking the kick here. 57%. Wow. She's 50-50 to get it, I'd say. Can she do it here just before half time? Make it a 6-point ball game. It's off. And right down the middle. Great kick. 16-10. We're in for a game in the second half. Now we've got, this is the chance here for the Broncos to extend the lead. Can she go from half? Brown goes for the grab. It goes in. Oh, so close. How close was that? Corbin Baxter saves the day again. Wow, how good is Corbin Baxter? But Brown nearly stole it from. Look at that. Look at that. Right, jolly on the spot there. Corbin Baxter. Very good. Again, class play. Corbin Baxter. Oh, Emily Bess, what happened there? She's staying down. She dropped it. Giving this teammate a high five there. I'm not sure it should be a high fiving there. But let's have a look here. Did she actually knock it on? It's gone knock off her knee. Or you could argue they went backwards. She just gave up the ghost. Some people thought she was out, but she's just lost it. Let's see if that's a costly mistake there from Emily Bass. Now it's only the second tackle from their mistake from Emily Bass. Can they do something here? Oh, dummy. She dummied to go their way there. Olivia Higgins. Now she's got heaps of players here. She's got Keely Joseph to go to. Out wider, she's got right out there's Olivia Koenig. A couple other ones flat-footed there. Jess Burgess out wide. Let's have a look at the play unfolds. Goes out to the... Oh, look at that. And again, Baxter's there. And, did you get there? Tafuga in for a double, is it? We'll have to check this one again. They're going no try. What happened? It was beautiful play from McGregor, was it? Oh, good defence. Julia Robson with the save. Knocked the ball out of her hands. She was in for a double surely. And leading a sigh of relief there is Emily Bass with a knock on, so it didn't cost their team a try there. So a couple of back-to-back penalties here. Let's see what happens here. 16-10, we've got 20 to go. The Roosters on the charge. Can they equal up the scores here? Has someone with the offload out the back here to Keely Joseph? Is she in? I think she is. They're celebrating. She's given it. Oh, they're back in the game. Oh, what a game this has been. Broncos up 16-0. Our next one's going to be 16-all, is it? We're going to need to go upstairs to confirm. She gets over, trying to make the tackle there. She's short. No. She'd be pushed over the line. She was initially short. Trying to make the tackle there was Amy Turner. She's short there, but she'd been pushed over there. She got some help there from Caitlin Phillips. You look right there, she's short. And next minute, the little push there from Caitlin Phillips, and she gets over the line. Oh, tense stuff here. They're taking a while to look at it. What's happening? Oh no, we've got a bunker review. No, don't take it off them, surely not. They're calling to say it's a knock on. That's what the bunker's looking at. They're saying after this, she's knocked it on there. She's still got it on her hand. That's what they're checking. They'll have a look at it again. It never leaves her grip. That's a try fix. What the KFC, no try or try, has to say. And it's 16-14, well done. Now can she get the kick to equal it up? Right next to the post? Oh, you betcha. You betcha she does. Well done, Sahara Tamara. And the Roosters are crowing at 16-all. What's happened to the Broncos? Is the dynasty about to fall off the cliff? It's 16-all with 11 to go. Have we got the try winner here? Let's have a look. The Roosters. Dummy half. Oh, he's come off the bench and in. Oh, Jocelyn Keller. Has she got the match winner from dummy half? Oh my goodness. The Roosters celebrate. The upset of the season. 16-0 down and now it's 2016. Have a look at this. Oh, McGregor. They all ran at McGregor and they left the gap open. Bad miss. Moana missed. Chelsea missed them. Upton tried her best. Well, have a look at this. You got Lauren Brown there. Straight through the gap of her and Chelsea, and Upton did her best, but that was just too easy. Can they hold on for the victory? Look at the celebrations there from the Roosters. Sahara Tamara to make it a 6-point difference with 10 to go. Never in doubt. 22-16. The upset of the season of the women's NRL. Biggest upset of the season. Let's see if it... Here's a minute and a half to go. Can the Broncos do something? 22-16 down. Let's have a look. Brown's got the ball. She kicks to the corner. Where's Emily Bash? She's too far back and they just let it bounce. She was too far back for a start. And nowhere to go. Not even looking for an offload. Good tackle there. Good stuff. Is it all over? Bridie Park is celebrating. There's 15 seconds left. Can they find something here? The Broncos. Oh, they kick it. They don't kick it at the touch. It's still on. Upton, what you doing here? She runs to the sideline. Don't know what she was doing there. Trying to get out the best. Oh, this game's not over, is it? Brown offloads. They're wide. Can they go? Oh, can they go 100 metres? Oh, it's stuck there. And jubilation for the Roosters. And the upset is complete. 22-16 victors over the Broncos. Can you believe it? Look at the crowd celebrating. Look at them. Well deserved. Fourth on the ladder, only snuck in because the Broncos beat Parramatta by a big score. And they knocked the Broncos out of the competition. Look at the dismay in the back of the Broncos team. Look at them. Disappointed. They can't believe it. But the Roosters well deserved. And they are through to the NRL Women's Grand Final. Well done. Well done, Roosters. What an upset, and well deserved. It's that time of the afternoon, folks. The tries of the week. Remember to vote by leaving a comment down there. Yes, right down there on YouTube or on Facebook, and we'll let you know the winners next week. Last week's winner was Ray Stone, just proving that if you do the 1%ers right, you will get the outcome. And him running through when the drop kick was on off the post, he was there to pick it up and sidestep to a try, which ended being season ending. Unfortunate for Ray Stone, but that moment there could help them go all the way, knowing they can beat the Melbourne Storm. And beating a top 4 team, that was something they struggled with last year. And to do it already, look out the rest of the competition. So let's check out the tries of the week. There were some amazing tries there. If you can vote now in the comments below, A, B, or C, which one you thought was the best. And we will let you know next week which one was the winner by you, the fan. Now it's time. Well, Aiden Tolman on his 300th game gets the first try. Look at that for the Sharkies. So the 300th game, Aiden Tolman. Can you believe it? A prop gets the first try of the game in the 300th match. Look at them all celebrate. Aiden Tolman, well done to you. He only literally came on the field. And that's it. Said later. And barge over. Put it down, son. Yes. Congratulations to you, Aiden Tolman, in the 300th game. Let's look at try of the week here. We've got Matt Moylan out to Talakai. Oh, fend you off, Dangagai. Out to Matula, and the grubber back in there. Who was there? Will Kennedy. Ho, ho, ho. Sharks versus Newcastle. Look at that from Matalo. Look at that grubber kicked back inside here to his fullback, Will Kennedy. What a try. Try A. The Sharkies, Will Kennedy. Let's look try of the week. Try B here to Montoya. Look at that. Out to Reece Walsh. Look at this from Pompey. Oh, what an offload that was. Oh, celebrations galore here. Celebrations of the one Warriors fan in the crowd. Reece Walsh celebrating. Yeehaw. We have to look at that one again, sir. Montoya in, but that was a great play there. It's a very good play from Chanel Tavita here. Let's have a look at this on the replay. Look at that dummy. Aiken sent it out. That's made them come in. Disappointing defence and good try. Look at that again. Of tries of the week. Look at Pompey. Beauty. Good try for the Warriors. Try B. Let's look at try C here. Have a look at this. Mitchell Moses. Well, through the gap. He's in. Short and Nathan Brown offload. Oh, Bryce Carway back to Moses. Oh. You will not see, I believe, a better try all year. That is unbelievable. And an absolute field day for Parramatta in this game. Look at the celebrations. Wow. Well, have I given away what my try of the week is? Try C, Mitchell Moses. Look at this, Nathan Brown. Offload. And look at this from Cartwright. Ridiculous. And beautiful try in the corner. And again, just dive for the corner, folks. Kids out there. Well, look at this, Nathan Brown. Bryce Cartwright, look at this. The no-look flick. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Poetry in motion. Try C, Mitchell Moses. Now it's time For the casualty ward, Tom Trbojevic is out for a month for the Seagulls, but I think their loss might not be much of a loss with Tulatau Kalua at fullback. He has got speed to burn, and I think he'll be a great replacement and they won't miss out much. But it'll be interesting to see if they rely on Turbo too much. For the Cowboys, the Hamaso Tabadao Fado is out for about up to 3 weeks. This is disappointing, and Scott Drinkwater will be coming in to replace him, but that's a big loss. Pat Carrington, 4 to 6 weeks, disappointing. Injury for the Broncos, as well as Albert Kelly out. It's not good for the Broncos. Tyson Frizzell's got some hamstring issues, so he's unlikely to play. The Raiders, this is old news, but Josh Hodgson, Jamal Fogarty, a hooker and a halfback out for long term or the season. It's going to be a long season for the Raiders, unfortunately. That leads to Dally-M points for this round. Well, I tell you what, the Melbourne Storm had to get the 3 points, and Ryan Papenhuyzen just absolutely nailed it. 4 tries, over 200 metres. He is just a machine. He absolutely deserves the 3 points this round. 2 points, and probably unlucky not to be 3 points as well. Mitchell Moses, he was the everywhere man. He was absolutely outstanding for Parramatta. He is really, this is so far the best start of the season from Mitchell Moses, and maybe the New South Wales selection has really helped improve his game. At 1 point again, he was outstanding as well. Daly Cherry Evans, very good, absolutely outclassed and really delivered when they needed him, just like Ricky Stewart said in his tape. Let's quickly look at the leaderboard. As you can see on the list there's only 2 forwards, Isaiah Yale and Jeremiah Nanai. So we need the forwards to deliver this week so they can get a 3-point outstanding. It's pretty hard when these flashy backs are doing their job, but we know when a big game is had by the forwards as well. Well, I hope you've been enjoying the show, and now it's time for the Saturday and Sunday footy games team preview, right here with me. There will be team changes from when I've done this recording, but I do my best to give you the team as they will play out for the game. The first game here on Saturday is between the Canberra Raiders and the Melbourne Storm on Saturday night, April 9th, at McDonald's Park, Wagga Wagga. The Canberra Raiders lineup will look like this. At fullback, Chance Nicole Clockstead. The wingers, Nick Kotrick and Jordan Rapana. Matthew Tomoko and Semi Falamai. Centre pairing, Jack Whiten and Brad Snyder. He's still a number 7. With Josh Papali, Tom Starling and Joseph Tapane. Hudson Young, Corey Harawira Naira and Elliot Whitehead. The bench including Matt Frawley, M. Gruler, Adam Elliott and Corey Horsburgh. Well, for me, the Raiders are just not delivering. It's time to make the changes. I know the injuries concerns are really making it hard, but Xavier Savage and Ryan Sutton to me just come into the team. Team's not doing any good. You just got to change it. Jared Croker might be close to game time. They're saying that he's not fit for NRL. Give him a go. If he struggles, you're at least giving your old captain a go. Now let's have a look at the Melbourne Storm lineup for round 5, which is pretty much the same from last week. Ryan Papenhuyzen at fullback, Nick Meaney on the wing with Xavier Coates, Remus Smith and Justin Mullen in the centres, Cameron Munster, Jerome Hughes. This is just an outstanding team we're looking at this. Jesse Bromwich, Harry Grant, he's been in great form. Nelson Asosa, Solomona, Elise Kafusi, Kenny Bromwich, and Josh King. These are just the ones that Craig Bellamy just gets out of nowhere and delivers. Brandon Smith onto the bench with Alex McDonald, Trent L'Oreal and Tepumai Morora. Unlucky for Tyron Wishart and Chris Lewis. He's a very good player, not getting game time. Marion Sewe is getting close to maybe coming back into the footy team. So interesting to see how they go. This game looks easy on paper. You'd expect that the Melbourne Storm should win this by 18 points. But just don't be surprised. At the nation's capital, if it's a real cold winter's day, if it's not quite winter, autumn day, anything can happen at the nation's capital. But the Storm should win easy. Going on to the second game of Saturday night footy, the South Sydney Rabbitohs taking on the St. George Illawarra Dragons. 5:30pm Australian time at Acors Stadium, Sydney Olympic Park. South Sydney lineup as follows. At fullback, Latrell Mitchell. Josh Mansour returns in front of Jackson Paulo, who's got dropped, with Alex Johnson on the other wing. Tane Milne and Campbell Graham with the centre pairing. Cody Walker and Lachlan Ilias, the halves. Tavita Tatola, Damien Cook and Thomas Burgess. Colin Matangi and Jai Arrow. Cameron Murray 13, very good second row there. Blake Taff is finally back in the squad. He should be in the squad anyway. Jacob Host, Davey Moala and Liam Knight back in the team. Sevilla Havili had a little bit of a disappointing game. That's why he got dropped. Interesting to see how that plays out for the rest of the season. The St. George lineup, Anthony Griffin, who had made some bold changes by leaving the young ones out, has left them out again. Moses Mbai, a fullback. Matthew Figai, Moses Sully, Zach Lomax, Makali Ravalawa, Jack Bird, and Ben Hunt, the halves. Francis Molo, Andrew McCullough, Aaron Woods, Eric Sims, Jaden Sewer, Jack DeBellin. The bench of Talatau Amone gets a reprieve. Josh Kerr, Blake Lowry, and Jackson Ford. Toro Sloan is left out. I think he should have been on the bench at 14 for mine. And there's some other players here like Daniel Avaro, Puasa Fasamusui. Could be getting some game time. This game could be closer than you think, but I think the Rabbitohs, with the spine they got, they should fire and beat Too Strong and win by 13. The final game of Super Saturday is the Gold Coast Titans versus Parramatta Eels at Cbus Super Stadium at 7:35 p.m. Australian time. Let's look at the Gold Coast Titans round 5 that are trying to deliver after a disappointing win. Fullback Jermaine Osaka. Don't know how Corey Thompson keeps his position, but he's on the wing, and Greg Marcio on the other side. Philip Sammy and Patrick Herbert are the centres. AJ Brimson and Toby Sexton are the halves. Futuweka, Aaron Clark, and Isaac Liu are the forward pack. David Fafita, Bo Fuma, and Tino Famasuni. It's a very good forward pack, but they were so disappointing last week. And no, it's not the actual Will Smith, but the Will Smith there. Well, it is the actual Will Smith, but not the actor Will Smith. Jared Wallace, Jamin Loloff, and Kevin Proctor. No Brian Kelly, that's a big loss there. And players like Sam Lasoni and him and SS, they're good enough to be playing NRL. So disappointing for both of those men, and maybe they need to be brought into the side to give them some direction. And then on the other side, let's look at the Parramatta Eels as they line up for this game. Their fullback Clint Gufferson, the wings Wonga Blake, what speed did they have last week, and Bailey Simonson. The centre pairing of Viliami Penasini and Tom Apayachik. The halves, probably the best halves pairings in the comp at the moment, Dylan Brown and Mitchell Moses. Regan Campbell-Gillard, Reed Mahoney, and Junior Paulo. That's an outstanding prop hooker team there. Sean Lane returns for Isaiah Papali'i and Nathan Brown. The bench is Makatoa, Ryan Madison, Oregon Confusi, and Mitch Rainerson. Bryce Cartwright has been left right out after an outstanding game. Doesn't make sense to me. And Nair Corey is getting close to another game, maybe next week. I expect a response out of the Titans early, but I think Parramatta will run away with it in the end and win by 18. Now we head to the Sunday footy. What a couple of games we have there. And it starts off with virtually the top of the table versus the bottom of the table, where the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks take on the West Tigers at Point Bet Stadium, Woolooware. Let's first look at the Sharks lineup. That looks pretty much the same from last week. Will Kennedy at fullback, Sione Katoa and Mute Molitalo on the wings. Jesse Ramian and Talakai are the centre pairing. Matt Moreland and Nico Hines are the halves. Teddy Rudolph, Blake Brayley, and Braden Haman-Uele are the props. Number 11, Britton Niokora, Tag Wilton, and Dale Finucane. Then on the bench, Aidan Tolman, Cameron McGuinness, Braden Trindle, and Andrew Fafita. The West Tigers, they virtually haven't got much people to bring in the changes. They haven't got the squad, so they pretty much came with the same lineup as last week. Dane Laurie, a fullback, Nofaluma and Ken Mamolo, the wing pairing. I think Nofaluma, as I've said before, should just leave and go to another team. Finally reach his potential. Cam Roberts and Olive Gildale would have games they'll like to forget last week. Jock Madden, the mistake right at the end. And Luke Brooks is, well, I don't know, I understand why he's still on the team, to be honest. He's just not delivering. James Tamel, Jacob Little, Zane Musgrove, then Kalma Tualegi, Luciano Leila, and Joe Offenkin-Gowie. It's not a bad back rowers there. Tyrone Peachy's been very disappointing in the last few weeks. He needs to deliver. Alex Twile, Luke Gardner, and Alex Seahalf. And really, outside of that, their reserves are very weak, and they'll be wanting them to be back as soon as possible. So, as expected, Michael Maguire could be receiving his marching orders after this game, as I expect to be a big one to the Sharks, and it could be by 50. And the Sharks will be showing they are the real deal after this round for me. The final game of the round, the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs taking on the Penrith Panthers at CommBank Stadium at 6:15 p.m. Aussie time. Let's have a look at the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs team for round 5. Got Matt Duff there at fullback, Brent Naden and Josh Adokar the wingers, Braden Boone and Jake Avarello at 4. What are they doing? Matt Burton and Kyle Flanagan makes a return. Well done, sir. For the last one game. Luke Thompson, Jeremy Marshall King, and Paul Vaughan in the prop rotation. Corey Riddell, Tavita Pangai Jr. and Josh Jackson. Bench Braden Wakeham, Chris Patolo, Max King, and Joe Simpson. Let's have a look at the Penrith Panthers side to line up against the Bulldogs. Fullback Dylan Edwards, Charlie Staines and Taylor Mayer, the wingers. Isaac Tago and Stephen Crichton, the centres. The halves are Jerome Leluai and Nathan Cleary. Matt Heisenhoop and James Fisher-Harris are the props, and Api Carousel are 9. Viliami Kikau, Liam Martin and Isaiah Yeo. Very good there. Mitch Kenny, Scott Sorensen, Spencer Liu, and Jamin Solman. Robert Jennings, he's ready to rock and roll again. Got a few good players out there. Interesting selection of Kyle Flanagan, getting a return against the reigning premiers. I'm expecting a long day in the office for the Bulldogs fans, and it could be a big loss. And it could be by 40. I just hope Kyle Flanagan gets another game. I think he's the best option 7 for this club. If you're not going to put Matt Bird in there. But throwing him into the Wolves against the Premiers is a bad management from Trent Barrett. Well, that's the Footy Show. Barry Charles Footy Show. Episode 5. Done and dusted. I hope you have enjoyed the show. And remember to subscribe and smash the like button and tell all your friends so we can spread the joy of rugby league all around the world. Until next time. Enjoy the footy.